Hello and thank you for joining me. I'm Heather Forgan of stampwithnellie.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in the UK, and this video is part of the Stamp Around UK video hop. So you will find a list of everyone taking part in the video hop in the description bar below. We'd all love you to click on our links and pop round all of the videos on the theme of clean and simple. That's our theme for September. So I can't wait to see what everybody else does with clean and simple. I know we've got some people in the group who excel at clean and simple, and I know we've got others who might find this a bit tricky. So I find it a little bit tricky because I'm never quite sure how far I can go and still keep it clean and simple. So hopefully this meets the brief. I have used the fabulous Celebrate with Tags stamp set for both my sentiment and for this cute little mitten. And there is a set of celebration tags dies, and I've used the mitten one from that, obviously. That's my main focal point on there, and in the background I have used some shimmer paste just to give it a little bit more depth, dimension, and of course bling. Also got tiny little strands of silver thread here. Now that reminds me of the stuff we used to put on our Christmas trees probably in the 80s. You used to get great big long bits of it and generally just throw it onto your Christmas tree. So that's why I've done that on there. Just makes me a little bit nostalgic. And I've got some iridescent pearls on there, and I put 2 on the mittens where the buttons would be. So I'm going to change it up. I am going to use Pacific Point. And I'm going to change the layers slightly as well, so that I've got a bit more white showing around and a little less of the blue. Might make it look a little bit more clean. I'm going to stamp my mittens on that piece, but before I do that, I'm going to use the shimmer paste. Now I used this mask, which is from the Artistic Mix Decorative Masks. You don't need to mask. You don't need to use a mask, rather. You could simply just put some of the shimmer paste on there, because if I'm being absolutely honest, you can't really tell that I've used a mask very much on that, because I didn't want to cover the whole thing. I thought that would be out with the clean and simple remit. So what I'm going to attempt to do, I'm not quite sure how well it will work with Pacific Point, is I've got an old embellishment container here. This is the shimmery white embossing paste. If you need to keep this bit on to help keep it nice and soft, not let it dry out. Get yourself a palette knife. We sell these in packs of 3. I used that big one the last time. I'll just use this one because it came out easier. And I'm just going to put a little bit in there. Okay. Let's see if I can get more of that off there. Put the excess back in here. Close that and tighten up that lid again. I've had this for quite a while and it hasn't dried out. I know that some people have had problems with that in the past. I've got a re-inker here. I'm going to try and just get one drop. It's quite a big drop. I think this will be quite bold. Just mix that. Yes, that's definitely very bold. Yeah. Okay, so got that mixed up as well as I think I can do. that. There's a little bit there I could mix in. So it might not be a uniform colour. I'm not concerned about that. I just want to have a little bit extra in the background there. Now, what I'm going to do is bring in a piece of scrap paper here, and ordinarily I would tape the mask down so that if I was trying to cover it all, I could make sure that I'd done so. I'm not bothered about that. I'm just really wanting to add, oh jings, that's bright, isn't it? I'm not sure I'm going to get away with the clean and simple on this one. And I think I do need the bigger one to spread it around. So my mittens will cover up most of the area that I'm putting paste on. So I'm not actually too bothered about the middle part. And I don't want it to be nicely uniform. I want it to cover little extra bits at the top there. Scrape as much of it off as you can. It'll go a bit further. Go towards the edge if you wish. Go over the edge if you wish. Still got plenty in here. Do some round about here. That will get seen. That'll probably do. As I say, my mittens are going to cover up that bit there. But I've got plenty of paste, so I might as well use it. So a little of it does go a fairly long way, to be honest. It's just a case of playing about until you're happy with it. But once you are happy with it, get cleaning as soon as you can before everything sets on your little dish that you've mixed in, and on your mask, and on your palette knives, because I've used two, silly. Right. That's going to do. As I say, still got lots, but I will clean that up. So I'm scraping off as much as I can because I know that I will, I'm not too bothered if that gets ruined because, well, it was just an empty container. I've got some wet wipes here, and I'm just going to take off the excess of this, and I will clean it properly afterwards. But I don't want it kind of sits like concrete. So normally at this time I would pop off and clean those things properly, including the mask. Okay. Oh, that is definitely bold, isn't it? As I say, you need to clean off your mask as well, but I'm just going to cover that with my wet wipe for the moment so that it's got a little bit of moisture and won't dry too quickly whilst we do the rest of this. So we need to set that aside to dry. There is quite a bit of moisture in that paste, so it will kind of buckle your card a little bit as well if you put it on too thick. So let's go ahead and do some stamping for the mittens, and then we can die cut them. And what did I do with my ink pad? Oh, the one that's sitting right there, Heather. Oh, honestly. So just inking up that. We've got a good coverage on that. Pop that down. Oh, lovely. Who wouldn't want bright blue mittens with snowflakes on them? Yeah, we've got 2 of those. I can use my mini to die cut these. So just lining that up. There we go. Try not move it whilst you're at it. I've moved it again. Oh. This is why I normally do my die cutting off camera. You can't see me faffing about. There we go. So I'm done. This is supposed to be low tack tape, but as you can see, it takes away the card as well, so I tend to use it and use it and use it, and eventually it is low. There we go. Right, we've got those bits. I need to do some, I need to stamp the sentiment on here as well. These will layer up on there and cover up a lot of that brightness on there. Not quite dry yet, but let's make glue. I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to the thumb of that one and layer it up like so. You can put some dimensionals on the back of it ready to go on when that paste is drier. Okay, now the threads that I've used in the background there come from this Simply Elegant trim, which comes in gold and silver. And I'm just going to cut a little bit and show you what I did, because I've still got some left over from my first card to use on this card here. Glitter everywhere. So I basically just tried to fray the ends to the point where you can see that there's a white core in there. You probably can't see it very well. I can't see it very well because I've not got my glasses on. So this is my white core here, and I'm just pulling that all out as a oneer because it's lots of individual little strands that would be a nightmare to pull out one by one. So I've now got that. It's now a lot less rigid than the original straight off the roll. So again, just fraying the ends there, you can see all of the different strands. Grab one, pull it. Grab one, pull it. Grab one, pull it. And I'll take one more. There's 8 strands in there. If you keep pulling them, let's just do it. They will all eventually separate as such. So what I did was just use 4 of them. I've just separated them. I'm going to put them back together again. Tie a knot in the middle, hopefully capturing them all. There we go. And when that's ready, I can just glue that on there pop that on there, and let's just stamp that sentiment as well, and a layer up. I would normally leave that paste a little bit longer, to be absolutely fair. Oh, lovely, 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 lovely. Right. Let us layer up these bits, and then we can add on the final details. Let me get rid of those bits, they're going to annoy me. I'm going to add a little bit of glue there as well as around the edge, so that if it has bubbled up a little bit, I can press it down there, and we're not going to keep a bubble on it. Where is that? Oh, it's not quite straight. And that's why I use wet glue. I'm not very good at getting things straight first time. Just pressing that down. Our little piece, we can give that a haircut in a moment once everything else is on. Just a little bit tearing tape over that knot, somewhere around about the middle. Not sure you're going to see that as well in with that colour, but hey ho. Let's put this layer on the card base, and we're nearly there. We just need a bit more bling, don't we? So as I mentioned at the start of the video, this is a video hop. Everyone taking part is an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in the UK. We're not all in the same team, but we like to collaborate once a month on a theme. You'll get links to everyone's videos that have taken part, and you can hop around and get lots more clean and simple inspiration. Happy with where that's going to go, like so. As I say, you can give that a little bit of a tease, a little bit of a haircut to your heart's content. You can hardly see that there, but it is there. Okay, so we've got lots of coloured shimmery paste on this one. It's not quite so clean, but it's still fairly simple. You know, we've got lots going on down there, but the rest of it's fairly simple. So iridescent pearls to finish off with my Take Your Pick tool. A couple of big ones covering up those buttons. So, and just going to add on a few random smaller ones. Let's go down there. And there we go. Using the Celebrate with Tags stamp set and Celebration Tags dies to create those cute little mittens, and some shimmery paste in the background for lots of lovely sparkle. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, then I'd love for you to click on that subscribe button, and if you also click on the bell, you'll get a notification the next time I upload a video. Until then, take care. Bye bye.